I'm Mary Angela. I'm the director of the Center on the Hill, and it is time for Tell Me Something Good, now with special guests. You may have remembered my earlier episodes. We've had Betty and Sarah, and now I'm joined by my mom and my sister Beth. Say hello.
Hello.
They're in Virginia, and I'm here in Philadelphia, and it is time for another episode of Storywise, Tell Me Something Good. Again, this is based on the Common Ground edition that was given to me by Atria Senior Living. It is 144 thoughtful ways to bond with a fellow human. I will draw 3 of them today. I'll show you the picture, and then I'll ask what the card says, and we'll talk about it. Let's start with my first one. Here's the picture. I always love to show the picture. Picture.
Playing shuffleboard.
Yep. And this says an activity that makes you lose track of time. So I'll start. An activity that makes me lose track of time. Aside from being on the internet, which definitely makes me lose track of time. If I'm editing anything, be it a video or a film or a short story or anything like that, hours can go by and suddenly I'm like, whoa, where did the time go? So that definitely when I edit short films, I can lose track of time. What's an activity, Beth, that you do that can make you lose track of time?
Besides watching lots of shows on Netflix, and this is my daughter who's joined behind me here. I think, let's see, playing music definitely can lose track of time, either listening to an album or playing music myself, practicing guitar, practicing flute. Definitely lose track of time with that one.
Mom, any activities you have that you do that make you lose track of time?
Yeah, I think a couple of creative things. One is writing when I'm working on my books, but painting really is the first thing that came to mind. If I start doing a painting, all of a sudden it's dark and I realize I forgot to eat dinner. I mean, you can just really lose time with that.
That's losing track of time. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. Our second one. Here's our picture. Right. And this says, which objects would you save if your house were on fire? Beth, you can start this one.
Well, besides the people in my house.
I think it means objects.
Objects. Yeah. I've thought about this often and it's hard to narrow it down to a couple of things. I think I would go for photo albums, especially older stuff that, now I have Google Photos for a lot of stuff, but I don't for family pictures and things from my childhood. So I'd probably go for photo albums, like my wedding book. They're all on one shelf. I'll just try to get them all together.
I think I'm in the same boat. I think I would definitely try to go photo albums that I know I don't have digitally. I actually have a memory box. It's a wooden box that a friend of mine gave me that they did wood burning on. And I put the most special things in there. And so I would probably just grab that. Also, it has things like my birth certificate and my social security card in it. So I was like, it's kind of a good thing to grab. But it also has some very special pictures where I'm like, everything else I could probably find if I needed to, but yeah, I'd go for that box for sure. Mom?
I actually made a list, and I keep a list in my top drawer. And so, because if you're fearful and in a panic situation, you can't always access your logic. That part of your brain can skip out. So I just have a list, and they're in order of priority of what to get first. And you might think this is funny, but I also keep large plastic trash bags with the photo albums because I think the things that can't be replaced, like my mother's scrapbooks and things like that, I keep a large trash bags with those so that when I pack those, I can stick them in a trash bag and toss them out a window, and they won't all come to pieces and they won't get wet if the fire department comes or something, and I don't have to carry them, take time to carry them. So I guess I've kind of given this some thought.
I was like, Mom is really planned. Mom will save all the things if the house burns down.
Fortunately, haven't had to use this plan, but
because you have it. That's why you haven't had to use it, because
it's mainly things that are irreplaceable. I have my mom's wedding ring and my dad's wedding ring. Those kinds of things are at the top of the list.
Great. All right, Mom, you'll start this one. This is our third and final one. Here's our picture.
Oh my.
And it says, a distant place you visited.
Hong Kong.
Wow, what was that like?
That's the most distant. Well, that was some years ago when it was still British control there. That was wild. That was about the wildest place I'd ever been, you know, as far as just being wild, being just so different, such a different culture, such a different language, just the way people lived. I mean, millions of people. I think when I was there were 12 million people in Hong Kong. I mean, it was really a different experience for me. The food, everything was different.
Wow. Beth, where is a distant place you visited?
I would say Annecy, France, which is almost over to Switzerland. So I went other places in Europe, but that one felt the most remote because it was a small town near the Alp Mountains, but near the Alps. But it was funny. We couldn't see the mountains most of the day when I was there with my friend because it was raining and very cloudy. So we bought postcards that showed us where the mountains were. That we would know, but it was an adorable little town next to a lake with really old buildings, and it just felt very remote.
That's awesome. The furthest I've ever been, if we go distance-wise from home, I visited Karlovy Vary in the Czech Republic when I did that European tour with the choirs, and that was the furthest east from where we were leaving from, and that's in the Czech Republic, and it's like the mountains of Czech Republic. It's a spa town. There's like a mineral spa that like sort of like travels through the town, and you're supposed to like use the fountain and drink the mineral water and then eat it with this weird little like wafer cookie to make it taste okay, and it had all these health benefits. But then also further down the river you could go into these like bathhouses and bathe in said mineral water. So I was always like, is this the same mineral water we're drinking that we're not getting into? I don't really know. I did not drink the water. I ate a lot of the cookies. I did not drink any of the water. And it was really cool. And it did seem very distant. It seemed like a whole nother world. It was a very little, interesting little sort of village. So that was the most distant place. So share with us your thoughts, everybody. I'll give you a recap. The 3 questions we asked were: an activity that makes you lose track of time, which objects you would save if your house were on fire, and a distant place you visited. Email your thoughts on this to msaavedra@chestnuthillpress.org. That's MSAAVEDRA@chestnuthillpress.org, and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time for some more Tell Me Something Good. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.